Now we want to take a look at the relationship between angles written in degrees and angles written in decimal degrees, that is degrees in minutes and decimal degrees. Let's look at a subtraction problem to begin with. Let's subtract, and here I have 90 degrees minus 34 degrees 12 minutes. So I'm going to set it up this way vertically, 90 degrees, and then I want to subtract 34 degrees 12 minutes. Well, I need something to subtract in the minutes column, so I'm going to borrow 1 degree, so this would be 89 degrees, and I'll write my 1 degree as 60 minutes, because there's 60 minutes in every 1 degree. Now I can subtract 2 from 10 will be 8, 1 from 5 will be 4, so I have 48 minutes. That's 60 subtract 12 is 48, and then 4 from 9 is 5, and then 3 from 8 is 5. So 90 degrees subtract 34 degrees 12 minutes turns out to be 55 degrees 48 minutes, and sometimes when we work in degrees and minutes we have to do some borrowing just like you did in regular arithmetic with whole numbers. Here's our next problem. Let's convert 16.25 degrees to degrees and minutes. So I look at it this way. 16.25 degrees is the same as 16 degrees plus 0.25 degrees. So I can just split it up into the whole number part and the decimal part, and then what I'm going to do here is just multiply by 60 minutes, and really it's a sort of unit analysis problem because this is 60 minutes in every 1 degree, and so the degrees divide out here and I'm left with minutes. In any case, I end up with 16 degrees plus 0.25 times 60 is going to be 15. And so I have 16 degrees, 15 minutes. So to change from decimal degrees into degrees and minutes, I just take my decimal part right here and multiply by 60 minutes, and I end up with the number of minutes that I have in 0.25 degrees. Let's look at another problem. Let's convert 62 degrees, 36 minutes into decimal degrees. Now I'm going to go the other way and say 62 degrees 36 minutes is the same as 62 degrees plus 36 over 60 degrees. And I'm multiplying in a way by 60 minutes over 1 degree. The degrees divide out, and so I'm left with just, the minutes divide out, and I'm left with just degrees. Okay, so 62 degrees, and then I'll do this division right here. 36 divided by 60 turns out to be 0.6 degrees, so I end up with 62.6 degrees. So when I change from degrees and minutes into decimal degrees, I divide by 60. So here I divided by 60. In the previous problem, I multiplied by 60. Let's look at another problem. The sine of 27.2 degrees, now I'm going to look this up on my calculator. So let's say I have 27.2, press my sine button. This comes out 0.4571 if I round to 4 places. So 0.4571. So on the calculator, 27.2 degrees has a sine of 0.4571. So when I go in this direction on the calculator, I use my button marked sine. If I go back in the other direction, if I'm given this number and I'm asked for the angle whose sine is that, we'll use my inverse sine button. So the button that takes us from this back to this is the inverse sine button, and we'll explain more about inverse trig functions later when we get to the chapter on graphing. But for right now, if we were given that the sine of an angle was 0.4571, find the angle, we would input this on the calculator, use our inverse sine button, and the calculator would give us back 27.2 degrees. So there's a quick look at degrees and minutes and decimal degrees.